Welcome to Blood in the Snow Radio, where we give you the latest news and interviews with the best in Canadian genre cinema. Here are your hosts, Robert Bellamy and Festival Director Kelly Michael Stewart.
We are still here at Blood in the Snow 2023, and I have been waiting to chat with you. I apologize for keeping you waiting, but if I can get you to introduce yourself.
Yes, thanks for having me, Adam, and no need to apologize. I'm so glad that we get to sit down and chat. My name is Kirk Cooper. I am, I would say I am a recent alumni, not of this year, but of last year, 2022. I had a short film at the festival. I think it's happening the same day. If not, it was on a Wednesday, so it's close enough. And it was in the programming lineup for the Funny Frights and Hilarious Sights or something.
Scary, Funny Frights and Scary something.
Yeah.
We're getting closer.
We're getting closer. We're going to get this. So I'm happy to be back, and I really, really enjoy being a part of this festival. It's a great festival.
Yes, and now you're here as part of this round table. We were talking speed dating almost.
Yes. So the lab, the horror lab, which is run for 4 days, I think, at this festival, has asked me to come in the professional side of it because I do a lot of other things. I am wearing many hats besides being a producer on that short film. And by the way, that short film is called Old Timers. And whoever's seen it would have really loved it. And if you haven't,
it was
there'll be a time that you will get a chance to see it. But I have to give a shout out to our director, Brian Quintero. And also I have to give a shout out to Julian Hitchens and, oh my God, Conrad Coates. I almost forgot his name. They were incredible in it as well. Those are the two lead actors in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now this is something I'm very interested in because Kelly and I have talked about it, but I've never really dove into it, is this lab. So this is where people can come and get to talk with people in the industry.
Yeah, this is really the hub of the industry. So it's kind of like almost like a small market or conference. So it brings industry people in the door so that the community, the film community, those who have their films at the festival, can actually get access to people that normally wouldn't have that access. Like, for example, Raven Banner is one of those hats I wear. I work at Raven Banner and I handle all the festival submissions and I work with festivals around the world to get the film into those festivals. So someone like us, Raven Banner, we're busy always in an office, and the only time to meet us is when we step out of the office and we're invited to something like this.
Or Sean at a convention.
There you go. Sean does a lot of the conventions, but he's not necessarily the person to talk to if you want to get your film into Raven Banner. So you need to talk to a person like Anel Dehani. She is one of the people you can talk to. And of course, the boys, I call them the boys, James, Mike, and Andrew, who founded Raven Banner. It's a great way to sort of get your foot in the door to talk to them so they can know what project you're working on and if it's a good fit for the company.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one way that this lab helps, is to get those individuals out of the office and come in to this environment and sit down and talk with filmmakers and people who are interested in knowing more about the company.
And what they do is they put it in like groups of 5 or 6 people that will come and just sit with you.
That's right. I was one of those. It's actually 8 tables, and I was table number 1. I love that.
Nice.
But
of course you were.
Yeah, of course. Why not? And so a bunch of people would come every 20 minutes, sit down, and then I have the honor of not moving, so they are moving around and coming to my table. And I just basically tell them what I'm here for and what capacity I could help them. And I'm here to help them under Film Market Access, which is a consulting firm that helps producers to get them to the markets like Cannes, Frontiers, which is in Montreal, things like that. Get them ready to know what kind of environment they're stepping into, and also to alleviate some of the costs and resources that they can access.
Well, and I find that to be a huge asset because 90% of the people that I know get into film for the artistic side. They don't think of the business side.
Yeah, the business is very, very important because without the business, you can only go so far.
Exactly.
This is a show business.
Yeah, exactly.
Most people forget that part.
Like people with art, they can paint and then put it on a wall. Someone might buy it. But literally with film, you need to know the avenues because you have to produce a certain thing that they can use.
The avenues, which is full with a lot of, I would say, the politics of it all too, because you can't get away from that. And seriously, a lot of the things that we tend to fail at in the industry is the things that we never took the time to investigate. And I think we think it's just easier to just work on just the creative side of it, but never realizing that there's the business side that is going to get you further and get you through the door to certain things that will elevate your product, the same product you work on, or the next one. And everyone who works on a film, once it's finished, it's old. Mm-hmm. And most people don't see that. They're like, oh, it's done. Now we're going to take it to a festival. We're going to get it sold. And it's done. It's so done. You should be thinking about your next feature.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how did today go then? Was with these people bouncing from table to table, were there good questions? Were they invested?
Yeah, there were some really good questions. But I think overall, it's not just the questions. It's the interest. And I think there's some interest in wanting to know more about this area. There's interest in wanting to connect with some of these people at the table. As I said, Raven Ben is there, so I think we had some good particular interest in our company. And there's particular interest in FMA as well. I just say FMA to shorten it, Film Market Access. By the way, you can find out more about me on Twitter and also all the Instagram, Facebook. I'm on social media, so just search Film Market Access.
Excellent. So you were a producer on Old Timer. Is there any inkling to get on that side again? I know you say you wear many hats. When is that hat going back on?
Well, let's see. I guess I could talk about it. I don't know if Brian would agree that I should be talking about it, but we did a really good job presenting the film around the world, and the response we got from it was, that was kind of cool. Really love the ending. Is there a possibility you would do a feature? And the answer is, we're working at it. So I can't confirm or deny that there will be a feature, but we certainly are working at it. And we have mapped out a really good story with a lot more twists. And I was stoked. We just did that about a week or so. And I was really, really stoked by the content we're going to produce.
That's cool, though. Like you said, you can't make guarantees it'll be good, but you are working on it, and that's what matters.
Yeah, we're taking baby steps.
Yes. Yeah. Excellent. Well, beyond that, is there any other steps you want to take in the future in any other area?
Well, you heard it here first. I keep saying that. I already announced it earlier. But I'm also working for IndieCan has a new label that they're launching next year. It's a queer content label. It's primarily all queer stories. Whether it's finished or in development, we want to hear about it. And I say we because I'm actually going to be announced as head of acquisition for that.
Nice.
So it's a bit early for me to be going on and talking about it, but still, I was given the okay, so why not?
This will be at least a couple weeks out, so we're good.
Okay, so that's all good. By the time they hear about it, maybe it'll be out more. But for sure, that's one thing. I'm really excited about it. I'm a person who is a person of color. I'm queer, and I've been around a long time, so I've seen the struggles that we've faced, queer and people in the industry and people outside the industry, and I want to be able to just balance it a little bit better through the content we put out there, that we acquire and that we put out there for whether it's for Canada. It's mostly distribution Canada and North America, but there'll be some titles that we look at for sales, worldwide sales. Yeah. But given the climate that we're in right now in terms of especially trans people being killed, persecuted, misunderstood, it's not the greatest right now, and I think we need to tap into our humanity and realize that the only way that things can be better is through education. And hopefully the films that we're going to produce and the films that are coming through Pride Pictures can help that discussion and help to educate people. Yes.
That's sorely low supply. So, yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That'll be a very nice addition.
Yeah.
Now, as far as making anything, I know you were talking about producing that. Is there any other productions, or maybe you're going to write or direct, or any thoughts like that?
I do have a thought on creating. Well, there's a story that seemed to be fixated in the back of my head, and I think that I have to do something about it. And that is a story that deals with queer culture in Jamaica. And it's a very, very fantasy. Sorry, give me a second. It's not coming to me. It's something realism, magical realism. That's the title or the theme. It's a magical realism story. And if anyone knows anything about the culture in Jamaica, especially the music culture, it promotes hate. And it pushes hate against anyone who's not straight, So, or even people who are weak. Even if you're straight and you're a weak person, that culture tends to push hate, push divisiveness to make it sure that they are not given the spotlight and not being given equality in anything down there. There's a not a witch hunt, but I don't want to sound like Trump, but not, just not giving people the ability to be themselves and celebrate their ability to be here and what they can give to the rest of the world. Each one of us have something to offer, but that isn't really celebrated properly in Jamaica. It's always about whether if you're different, you shouldn't be there or you shouldn't be a part of their culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a project that would kind of shine a light on that.
Yes, I have a project that I want to develop, and it's in the early stages right now. I have spoken to a writer about it, so we are going to develop that. And yeah, it's really going to talk about the hypocrisy that kind of like sits in Jamaica in the culture. Yeah.
Anything that can shine light on that stuff, it needs to be seen.
Yeah. But it's too early to tell you the story. But the
no, and I can appreciate that. Okay. I can. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. I appreciate this.
Thank you, Adam.
And anytime you want to come back on, as you know, you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you. I'm so happy and fortunate to be one of the alumni. So I'm so pleased to be sitting here talking with you today.
Excellent. Well, we'll do more.
Thank you.
All right.
Join us next time for Blood in the Snow Radio. Bits Radio is a production of Three Evil Cats Productions in association with the Blood in the Snow Canadian Film Festival. For more information and to listen to other episodes, visit bloodinthesnow.ca and tweet us at BitsFilmFest. Music by Jen Gorman, produced and edited by Kelly Michael Stewart. I am Eduardo Correa Lima.